What's up, Lego Star Wars fans? Welcome to the first Rebel Scum Lego video, where we're reviewing the Boba Fett Starfighter. We all know the Firespray.
Yeah, formerly Slave One, then changed to
Starfighter.
Boba Fett Starship, then recently changed to the Firespray. However, this one is named the Boba Fett Starship. Trademarked.
Beautiful. So, Sean, you're the one that built it.
Yes.
So, how fun was it building it?
This was a very fun build. At first, you look at this set and you think, oh, it's too small, not a very good set. However, close to 500 pieces, not a whole lot of wasted pieces here. A lot of technic aspects, a lot of fun aspects. The only thing I can say that was a little difficult was normally when you have a set this small, you usually have a lot of the bigger pieces.
Yeah, it's like actually small, detailed pieces.
This had a ton of individual little stud, 2-stud pieces, flat pieces. So definitely, if you ever do purchase this set and you do want to put it together with, maybe your son, your brother, your sister, or whatnot, you want to make sure, or yourself, you want to make sure you have an area where you're not going to lose any pieces, because there were a ton of tiny pieces.
Well, just by looking just the back of it.
Yes.
All those little pieces on it.
Yeah, you have a lot of the colored pieces, which are supposed to represent the engine. I will admit I was not a big fan of the way the back of this turned out, considering how beautiful the front is.
Front is.
It's spot on.
It's classic Lego Slave One.
And of course the wings are articulated, so depending on which orientation you are in, they automatically rotate. Has the cockpit up here.
So it doesn't.
Only room for one minifig.
So that was was that one of your main complaints about this?
That is my number one gripe. Considering of all the space they did have on this set, and it does come with 2 minifigs, and we'll get to that part in just a second. Because we do have a major kind of complaint there, but you can sit him facing forward, which is really neat. But however, when you have him facing, I guess would be in the flight position.
Normal, everyone.
Yeah, we can go ahead and just put him in there. I'll kind of show you. First things first, you do have to put his viewfinder down.
Come on,
Comes up.
you can do it. So
It looks like he's just standing.
Standing.
They could have put a little hole for his feet to go in, or maybe even a gray sticker, but
See, I would like the gray sticker on the window.
yeah, there wasn't that many stickers. I think a total there was only 9 stickers.
So
There's
the
3
front-
here. I guess 7 overall. There's 2. I'm sorry, no, there's 2 up here. Which the stickers on here are actually pretty neat. They do have some wear and tear details here. Up at the top, they have the gray stripe, and of course, this part right here. Ironically, I also had a bunch of lightsabers in there, which, if you know me, is a very fun mission.
Yeah. You're the one that built it.
Yeah.
I'm just holding it, making it look pretty.
So you have the 2 cannons here, the 2 missile slots here, of course the cockpit here, which does have a very tiny control panel there. So when he is sitting in the, I guess you would say, the landing position, which that is pretty spot on. I mean, I think that's really nice.
So the one thing I feel like with Slave One is the seats have to move. Well, with it being this small, you can't have it move. So
yeah, obviously there's, at the price point of only being $50, I think they just hit out of the park with this one. So I know there is some limitation, but I know it's kind of hard to see when you look at the bottom of the area. There is some kind of room that they could have done something with, but as far as gripes go, that's minor compared to. That's not going to be a make or break if you purchase this set. However,
Dad bought Boba.
And of course, the big selling point is I've never seen this in a set before. Maybe you can chime in on this one, because I've never seen it. Is a set this small that comes with a display stand. It's slated as a, I guess you would say, transport supply vehicle. But
looking at it.
But it sits in the back here, and I'll kind of show you. On the back of the ship, there's this little green flat piece that just looks like it has no place to be on the back of the ship. But this little ladder is going to sit nice in this little groove here, and the bottom of the ship's going to fit in this little groove. And if you're a display collector like myself, it just sits just like that.
But yeah, it looks
Pretty
like
sturdy.
coming out of a hanger.
A pretty cool effect. Like I said, I have not seen that before on anything other than I think the TIE Dagger had a
That one
landing
had,
part.
yeah,
But
like
even
it's
that
sitting
was,
in the hangar bay. Here it is.
but
So
it
they
was
got
a
like
much
hangar
more
bay.
expensive
Yeah.
piece. That one I think was about $70, $80
It was
if memory
80.
serves. Yeah. And that's why I said it's only $50, which I still think is a steal. But the two cool parts is it does come with 2 brand new exclusive minifigs. Of course, we said Old Man Boba, Dad Bod Boba,
Nomad.
Vagabond, Nomad, whatever you want to call him.
Boba.
Whole new paint on the armor. He has, of course, what you see from episode. This is 8 and 9.
Yeah,
from
like very end.
There's the whole
Repainted armor.
new painted, has the logo, whole new chest. I can kind of say I'm not a fan of the light green.
Usually Boba's armor is darker.
It is, and I know they wanted to match with the ship, but I think they kind of missed the point, especially on the jetpack. I know this is a new jetpack from the normal Bobas, but for some reason it just looks a little off. I can't really say for sure, but you look at that compared to some of the older ones, you're like, kind of looks like you missed a mark.
Yeah.
Like does have
enter the paint code, right?
Yeah. Does have a completely new head with the scars. Of course, the
He is very
ever so happy, indifferent, angry Boba face on there. A whole new blaster.
It's a face you don't want to see at all.
But like I said, this is the only way to get this Boba.
As of right now.
As of right now, yes. But I don't know if they would release another set. I will say I hope they do because of the second minifig here. I think it's really cool, but kind of not needed.
You mean Beskar Mando?
Beskar Mando. Now,
with remaining piece of the Razor Crest.
Yeah, the fully assembled new Razor Crest.
If you need a new Razor Crest, there you go.
Cool thing about this one, and it's going to be really hard to see. We'll have some close up of this later. It does have the signet on his shoulder, all new chrome painted, which is really nice. Before it was more like a kind of this flat, kind of shiny gray. I wouldn't want to call it silver.
Yeah, it's like here's silver, but we don't want it to be silver.
And the one thing when I saw this, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And I know this is a gimmick for the show, but no head.
We already saw his face.
Yeah, by this point, we've seen his face multiple times. They could have put a generic face in there, but that part was kind of disappointing. Cloth goods.
Yet, have they? For minifigs.
I don't think so, but considering that at this point of the show, we've seen it multiple times. But it's only available in one other set. In the, of course, this is the second wave, the second or third wave of the Mandalorian series.
The one, the Tusken Raider village.
Yeah, Escape from Tatooine is the only way to get this minifig. I do think it should have been Fennec rather than Mandalorian because he's only in the ship maybe a couple of times, so it felt kind of off to have him in this set. I know it's the Mandalorian series, but this is the
Boba and his partner. Yeah. The Firespray. Makes a lot more sense than
not the Slave One. Can't use that anymore. It's not even Boba Fett Starship anymore. It's the Firespray now. And then
there it goes.
The most oddly included play, which is a cool little mechanic. They did put a little spot down here that you can open and close to put a bounty and carbonite. Just
maybe. There we go.
Slides right in, closes right up. Pretty neat. But it's a Gamorrean guard. I don't know why that was included. I guess it's a callback just to the Empire and Jedi days. But considering he's no longer bounty hunting at this point, it felt kind of weird. I thought it would have been better if it was like Bib Fortuna or something.
Someone from
something like there. Yeah. Or Jabba's Palace. Yeah.
Anyone.
It's still pretty cool. It is a sticker, so it's not like an exclusive piece or anything like that, but it does fold up right in there.
I was wondering if you're able to fit in the Razor Crest.
I think it's the same. No, I think the Razor Crest is a little wider.
Oh, okay.
Another final cool part is if you did collect the 2019 re-release series, you do know that one bit of feedback a lot of the fans had was that it's really kind of hard to hold on to these, especially if you want to play around with them.
As a little kiddo's going.
Yeah, so on the back, they put a little handle. So you can just see that there. So if you want to fly it around, just put your finger on there and you can pretend like it's flying.
Get the little pew-pews going.
Mm-hmm. So I thought that was kind of a neat little callback to the older sets. And like I said, you can kind of see it. There's some red in there. A lot of the, I said the insides were a lot more of a joy to build, is that they did use the multiple colors.
Yeah.
So anybody that's ever built Legos, if you use a light gray, dark gray, and black, it can be very hard to tell those apart.
Because when I was going to Razor Crest one day,
yes,
that's just confusing.
And we'll review that one day.
Stay tuned.
And the final little part in there I thought was kind of neat is, and I have not seen this except on recent sets, is that when you do move, the fins do move with it. So it does have that little kind of self-articulation. Like I said, two little missiles.
Don't shoot them.
No, we don't shoot them.
We'll lose them.
Does come with extras, which I know.
Thank goodness.
I'll say there was not a whole lot of extra pieces on there. You get an extra lightsaber because, Anakin be losing those a lot.
No Skywalkers.
But overall, like I said, for a retail of $50, I think this is a must-have for any Star Wars fan, any Boba Fett fan, any Mandalorian fan. The instructions were, especially just for the display purposes. Most sets, we'll have some others we'll do in later reviews that look good on the shelf, but you really have to kind of almost make something on your own to display it.
Or find something out there.
Like I said, must-have. Go get it now, because I'm pretty sure this is going to be the most sought-after set in the entire wave. Like I said, most of the sets that we've seen coming out lately have been averaging the $70 to $80 range, so this one at $50 is a steal.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a Boba Fett fan. I mean, the old man Boba.
One of the first old man Bobas.
I really think the only
right now
old man Boba period of anything that's not Disney. But I've already seen him hitting the secondary markets going for $30, $40 just by himself. And that's almost the entire set of the whole thing. So get it now, put it together, love it. You'll have a great time.
That's all I need to know. All right, I'm Gingy. That's Shaun. Thanks for tuning in.